Today, we are diving deep into the core ideas from the book Adjust Your Sails. This isn't just another guide about budgeting. It's about a complete and total shift in your mindset to find real financial freedom. So let's get right into it.
You know that feeling, right? Where it seems like you're just being tossed around by unexpected bills or your income changes and you're just trying to stay afloat. It can feel like your financial life is just drifting, without a map, without anyone really steering the ship.
And this quote? This is the heart of the entire book. Look, life is always going to throw financial storms and crazy, unpredictable winds your way. That's a guarantee. But the big idea here is that you are not helpless. You have the power to control your response. It's all about learning how to adjust your sails.
So before we even touch a budget or a savings plan, the book makes a really critical point. The most important change has to happen right up here, in your head. We have to completely rechart our course and change the way we even think about money.
The first big shift is adopting a mindset of stewardship. So what does that actually mean? Well, it's this idea that your money, your skills, even your time, none of it is truly yours to do whatever you want with. Instead, you're a manager, a steward, who's been tasked with faithfully looking after resources that were entrusted to you.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. That owner mindset on the left, it often leads to a ton of anxiety and stress because all the pressure is on you. But the steward mindset, that changes everything. The main question isn't what do I want anymore? It becomes what's the wisest way to use this? And that right there is a total game changer.
You know, this new way of thinking also means we have to face this internal battle. On one side, you've got greed. That nagging voice that whispers, it's never enough, no matter how much you have. And on the other side, contentment. It's not about having everything you could ever want. It's that incredible peace that comes from just being grateful for what you already have.
And this leads to such a core belief in the book. Real wealth, it isn't money, it's wisdom. Think about it. Money can disappear in a flash, but wisdom helps you rebuild. It keeps you from making foolish mistakes and guides you toward real, long-term security. So the number one thing you should be investing in is wisdom.
Okay, so once we've got the mindset right, we can get to the practical stuff. Let's talk about the actual tools the book gives us for, trimming the sails and getting our financial ship pointed in the right direction.
First up, the dreaded budget. But hold on, look at how the book reframes this. So many of us think a budget is like a financial prison, right? All these rules and restrictions, but the book says it's the exact opposite. A budget is your map. It gives every dollar a job, so you don't get to the end of the month wondering where it all went. It's a tool for freedom.
And you don't need some super complicated spreadsheet to get started. This simple little chart is all you need. Plan what you'll spend, track what you actually spend, and then you just look at the difference. Just doing that one simple thing brings so much awareness, and that's always the first step to taking back control.
All right, let's talk about debt, which can feel like this massive anchor just dragging you down. The book is a huge fan of the debt snowball method. You list your debts from the smallest balance to the largest, and notice, that's by size, not interest rate. Then you throw every extra penny you have at that smallest debt. Why? Because when you pay it off, you get this quick, powerful psychological win. And that victory gives you the momentum, like a snowball rolling downhill, to tackle the next debt, and then the next. See, getting out of debt is as much about your mindset as it is about math.
And savings? We can get so paralyzed thinking we need to save thousands of dollars right away. But the book's approach is totally different. Start small. Start with one goal you can actually hit. The very first step on the savings ladder is just $500. It's manageable. And hitting that target does something huge. It builds the habit of saving and gives you the confidence to start climbing to the next level.
Okay, we've got the right mindset, we've got the tools. But where are we actually sailing to? This next part tackles the biggest question of all, why? Why are we doing any of this? It's all about finding our ultimate destination.
This quote right here changes everything. It shifts the focus from just taking care of ourselves to serving others. The book argues that getting good at managing money isn't just for your own security. It's to prepare you, to equip you, to be able to serve and care for other people. In other words, managing your money well makes you better at helping the least of these.
And this really says it all, doesn't it? The point of building wealth isn't to lock it away in a treasure chest. It's to fill up a storehouse so that you can give generously from it. In this view, prosperity isn't a trophy to be admired. It's a tool to be used.
And this isn't just some vague idea.
Look at the real-world, life-changing things that well-managed money can do. You can feed people who are hungry, support missions, help fund someone's education, bring hope where there is none. All of a sudden, budgeting doesn't feel like a chore anymore, does it? It becomes an act with real, profound meaning. You're not just saving $1, you're getting ready to bless someone's life.
So as we start to bring our ship toward the shore, we realize the final destination isn't a mountain of gold. It's something way more valuable than that. It's arriving at a safe harbor, a place of true financial peace.
I just love this. It's so true. We all know people who have tons of money but are just filled with anxiety, right? And we know others who have very little but are deeply, genuinely at peace. It proves that financial peace is an inside job. It's about having a heart that's free from the love of money, a heart that can trust.
And this leaves us with a really powerful question to think about. Your legacy. It isn't just about the money you leave behind. It's about the principles, the wisdom, the values you pass on. So what kind of story is your financial life telling? Is it one of stress and always needing more? Or is it a legacy of good stewardship, generosity, and peace?
And this is the final, most important point. That ultimate safe harbor. It's not found in a perfect budget or a huge portfolio. True, lasting peace comes from anchoring your heart not in your possessions, but in a foundation that can never, ever be shaken. So the real question isn't just about how you'll adjust your sails, but about where you choose to set your anchor.